Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN0753. This is a 2016 223, which is Caviar with LA20 black interior. So black on black with 127,000 miles for $50,000 in Gilroy, California. Production statistics. There are 448 out of the 2,348 cars for the US 49 that were Caviar. 225 of those had LA20 black interior. 9.58% of all of the US 49 production was this color combo, so like a 3 out of 10. You're gonna see quite a few of these. 2016, 284 out of the 1,418 cars were Caviar, and 148 had LA20 black interior. This car was built in December of 2015. It has an in-service date of February 13th of 2016, and it has options 2Q, which is the all-weather floor mats, Mark Levinson, and Z1, which is the trunk mat, the wheel locks, the cargo net, and the key gloves. And it has black calipers, so it does not have the option OW, which is the orange calipers. And of course now it has green calipers. Carfax, Epic VIN, an auto check. So my 2024 Carfax shows this as a 3-owner, no accident car. 2026 also shows it as a 3-owner, no accident. Epic VIN shows this as a 4-owner, no accident. AutoCheck shows this as a 3-owner, no accident car. So I think this is a 3-owner, no accident California car its whole life. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale at the end of January in 2016 in Kentucky, and it sold in about a week to an owner in California. June of 2018 in California with 28,000 miles for $59,500. It was still for sale in September of 2018. They dropped the price to $58,000, and it looks like it finally sold in November of 2018, so about 5 months for sale. January of 2020, pre-COVID, California, 36,000 miles for $46,500. Just crazy. What a great time to be alive to buy these cars. And it sold in about a month. So here it is in August of 2026, almost 6 years later, 100,000 miles later, $3,500 more dollars. So it has 127,000 miles, $46,500. So down to the photos. You can tell this car has quite a few modifications. So it has aftermarket wheels. I see 2-piece front brake rotors, yellow calipers. It has an aftermarket steering wheel and shift knob, has an aftermarket exhaust. It almost looks like it has RCF aftermarket mufflers instead of GSF, because you can see how it's sunken in. The RCF mufflers are about 2 or 3 or 4 inches shorter, and they sit underneath when you do something like this, and that's kind of what this looks like. The carbon fiber trim on the console, the center console, looks like it may just be starting to delaminate, but everything else, they're kind of just typical quality photos, so I would look at the rest of them closely, make sure they're not delaminating. I also see carbon fiber seat inserts, which is another common cosmetic mod on these cars, but I would say overall, considering the mileage, it looks really good. You know, I don't see anything major that stands out to me. I do see some kind of aftermarket intake under hood, and there's not a lot of good photos. You can see the pipe. It's not the plastic accordion one that's from the factory, so has some kind of aftermarket intake on it. I just can't tell. The tires on it are Advan, and it looks like they have some pretty good wear on them. Probably need replacing, and I can't tell from the photos for sure, but it kind of looks like they're going to need replacing. As far as the price goes, in this market here at the end of August 2026, 130,000 miles, I would probably put this car somewhere around the mid 40s, considering it has quite a few mods, but there's been some other cars with like 110, 120,000 that are like the low 40s. So mid 40s, it looks to be in great shape. And as long as it doesn't need much else other than tires. So mid 40s, that would be where I would expect to see it, but 50,000, probably a little bit overpriced in this market for the mileage. But I think we're getting in the ballpark, and so we will jump into the service history and see what all it needs or doesn't need. So this car is pretty well dealer serviced to 2020 and about 56,000 miles, and then it was independent shop service, but it was serviced, and everything is on the Carfax and the Lexus service history. So the first entry of note, 14,000 miles. In February of 2017, they noted a humming noise and special order parts were ordered. It doesn't say what was done. Probably they were going to replace the low pressure fuel pump, but then in May of 2017, the low pressure fuel pump was reprogrammed for that humming or buzzing. So hopefully that resolved it. 27,000 miles in June of 2018, the JLB was done. So that is the high pressure fuel pump recall. Most of these cars have that done, and it says it had failed the internal dealer inspection and it was sent to auction. So something the dealer didn't like, and the next dealer that bought it July of 2018, it was certified pre-owned prep. So obviously that didn't meet the standards of one dealer, it met the standards of another. January of 2020, the KLG was done. That is the GPS location reporting incorrectly. Most of these cars have that done, and it was done here. And then in March of 2020, certified pre-owned prep yet again for the second time. August of 2020, a new windshield and an oil change, and that was the last time it was at the dealer about 6 years ago. So as far as independent shop servicing, I see in June of 2020, 45,000 miles, the differential was serviced. Always good to see that, especially on a higher mile car, but that was not quite, that was like 90,000 miles ago. Several oil changes on there. September of 2020, 58,000 miles, the transmission fluid and filter was done, so that's a pan drop. Good to see that done at almost 60,000 miles. Also at 60,000 miles, September of 2020, the spark plugs were done, and it looks like the exhaust was installed there. November of 2020, looks like the transmission was serviced again, and then in 2020 and 2021, several oil changes. March of 2021, 78,000 miles, front and rear brakes were replaced and brake fluid. 2021, 22, 23, bunch of oil changes. 2024, an oil change. And in October of 2024, at 120,000 miles, it says an intake manifold, gasket, and NOx sensor were replaced. That kind of sounds to me like the valley plate was done, and because those are two things that you would replace when doing so. So most likely that is the valley plate, but you know, just inspect as usual when you do a pre-purchase inspection on these cars and put a borescope underneath the intake manifold to make sure the valley plate's not leaking. But it sounds to me like it was done. And then 2025, an oil change and the lien was released. So they paid the car off. So what's not done, the ZLZ, but it is now expired. So the sticky dash, you're on your own if you have to replace it. 120,000 mile service, that would just be basically the spark plugs again. So this probably needs that done if there is no other evidence of it being done. Sounds to me like it was not done, at least according to Carfax and the service history. But I would say overall, you know, sounds pretty solid. Sounds to me like the valley plate's done, may need brakes, may need tires. You know, the aftermarket brakes, I don't know what brakes are on there, what pads are on there, but the rotors look decent. But service-wise, it sounds pretty solid. If I were in the market for another GSF right now, this would definitely be one I would be looking at pretty hard, even the mods aside. You know, I'm not big on like the heavily modded cars. This is mostly cosmetic, you know, lowered brakes, tires, things like that. But, you know, it sounds to me like service-wise, it is a pretty solid example, and it would be one that I would want to seek out and pursue. So that brings me to, would I buy this car? I think you know the answer. I would definitely look at it and try to get it for a little bit less, but again, in this market, there's not a lot of good ones that come up, and this definitely looks like one of the good ones. And so I would probably seek this one out and try to buy this one. Just again, I would try to get it for a little less, but it has a fantastic service history. I would do the spark plugs, maybe tires, and go enjoy it. So in this market, that's what you're gonna get for 50 grand. And it seems like a pretty solid example to me. And on top of that, it is a Southern driven car. It's a California car its whole life. So that's what I've got for you guys. VIN 0753. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon.